The Vancouver Regional Championships just wrapped up this weekend, and we're going to look at the finals of the tournament, do a competitive analysis, and kind of do a breakdown of, where the plays went wrong, what the plays went right. This is how I, as a competitive player, learn from watching Pokemon TCG games at the highest level with two players who are excellent, Andrew Hedrick versus Lucas Zing. In this upcoming match, Lucas Zing bringing the Gholdengo EX deck, Andrew Hedrick bringing the quite popular Dragapult EX deck with the Badoo. You can see that both players are fairly accomplished across the board. Lucas having tons of success in the younger divisions, and even in his master career, he has a world's top 16, a Los Angeles regional champion, and then Andrew Hedrick, multi-time regional champion, North American international champion as well. Both these players coming in with a lot of aura, a lot of things to prove still. And so it'll be a fun match. If you guys enjoy this kind of content, please do like and subscribe. I'm going to try to review every finals in the regionals and Champions Leagues and stuff. I know I've only done Champions Leagues until now, but you guys have expressed that you want me to do regionals and other tournaments as well. And if there's any exciting matches that you think are worth me covering for your knowledge, please let me know in the comments below, or you can go to my Discord, which is in the description below, and join there. So let's jump right into it. So the win conditions for both players are pretty clear. Andrew's going to want to play it a little bit slow and set up his board and get multiple Dragapults into play, kind of make Lucas take those one prize knockouts into things like Badoo, be able to fully activate things like Counter Catcher, and just kind of gust around the board while putting damage on the board. And Lucas is going to want to find Turos in those turns and try to just blow up the Dragapults if he can. If Lucas can establish Monkey Dory, he's going to be in a much better spot, so he can just start taking knockouts on the board like that. And then Hedrick wants to try to use stuff like Dusknoir to just trying to explode the board and take multi-prize knockouts in one turn. Iono Lucas to a low hand size, maybe like a 1-card hand, 2-card hand at best, and then try to make a final push for the game there. Lucas obviously wants to get ahead, stay ahead, and Andrew's going to want to play it slow and not really take prize cards until we get to that last little bit of Iono low and then play from that position onwards, using Dusknoir to make the Iono into 1, make your board into a Dragapult that's very difficult to KO, and then go from there. Both players have set up, it looks like. It looks like they're ready to go. I don't know what they're checking here. Prize cards being put out. You can see here a Poffin and a Stretcher, important prize cards for Andrew. And then on the left, we have one Gholdengo and a Lightning Energy, meaning one less energy off of the Energy Surge Pro for Lucas. Both players are locked in. Both players do want to go second in this matchup. So looks like Lucas is starting, so it does seem like Andrew won the coin flip and is opting to go first. We see the Pokestop, unfortunately hitting nothing but good cards. I think Lucas should preemptively use this Rescue Stretcher because of the Badoo. We're just going to see a pass out of Lucas. We're going to see Rotom off the opening rip. Here, a Lance to start the turn. No way to really go into a Badoo here, so it's going to be a slower turn for Andrew here. Just grabbing a bunch of Pokemon here. We're going to skip through the prize checking. I just don't think it's worth wasting our time on that. We're going to go ahead and see probably double Dreepy and a Dracloak, I think, is probably the best. Or if you just want to grab triple Dreepy here, also completely fine. I think is totally valid to grab. Wow, there's a long prize check. Yeah, I think prize check should be completely just both players to look at their prizes for 30 seconds at the start of each game. So there it is, double GP and a Dracloak, exactly as I thought it would be. One GP is prized, so we both we have knowledge of that, and now Andrew has knowledge of this as well. Double GP hitting the board. One GP is definitely going to go down. No Badoo this turn means that Lucas gets a free turn of full setup, which is actually kind of huge. We're going to go ahead and see, but we do get to see a Rotom out of a Pokestop, Nest Ball, and a Stretcher. So there is going to be a Badoo, actually, because we're going to be able to Stretcher for or Nest Ball for the Badoo, attach the Psychic Energy and retreat into the Badoo. So a pretty lucky Pokestop here from Andrew. If that doesn't happen, I mean, there's not that many outs actually to go into the Badoo there. Just a handful. I mean, the Poffin also works, I guess. So it's like there's a decent amount of outs, and then we're just going to go ahead and 10. Lucas comes up here. Not a ton of cards he's working with in the hand. He doesn't draw into the Metal Energy for turn. So we're going to go ahead and see the Pokestop to start. We're going to see the Vessel, Roxanne hitting the discard, which is a little bit unfortunate. We're going to see the Gholdengo drawing 2 cards as well. There is the knockout there with the Gholdengo. We're going to go ahead and see Lucas has Boss, has Ciphers, and everything in hand. So this turn, you probably want to take the knockout and just, yeah. Why didn't you want to use was that a Ciphers in hand? Is that maybe it's a Turo? I don't know. If it's a Ciphers, I don't know. We wouldn't use it here and just stack our deck for the following turn. I guess maybe we don't know what we want just yet, which is completely fine because Andrew doesn't really want to go back into a Badoo. Andrew having no Duskulls on the board is actually huge as well, just because it puts us in a really good spot for, we know we're not getting blown up next turn. We know that our active Gholdengo is going to be able to stay alive as well. Like, it's not like there's any threat of those things happening. Third Dracloak hitting the board. Just Andrew playing it slow, like I said he would. Just trying to set up, establish his board, just get a bunch of cards. If he keeps the rescue board, he can go Stretcher into Badoo again, which is what he might choose to do here. Vessel just kind of set up his board from here. The Rotom is completely useless from this point onwards in the game. I mean, the Sealstone is useful, so I guess you could keep it for Sealstone. The Lance definitely doesn't do anything anymore. So maybe just doing that for the Sealstone is better. Yeah, just in case you draw into the Sealstone or draw into an Arven, you get a 1 card out to do something. Just a little bit of a mishap on stream. Remember, both players have been playing. Before you scrutinize any players that are in the finals, or keep in mind, guys, that these guys have been playing all day. There's been so many long rounds of Pokemon that have been played, and this is like the final game, so exhaustion will take place. They're not in their peak condition, but you know, when you're a good player, that doesn't always matter. Skateboard hitting there, stretching back the Badoo, I think will probably be Andrew's play of choice. The other play is obviously to just go into Rotom and draw some cards. We're going to see the Iono. This is where, again, I think the Cypher would have been pretty good. Just Cypher preemptively if that was in our hand. I didn't actually get a great look at it, so I don't know if it was a Cypher. Lucas isn't doing me any favors with the way he's holding his hand. He does draw into an energy card, so he does get to get the attack off once again. Poffin here for the Duskulls. This is where it becomes crunch time now, because now Andrew poses a legitimate threat. Not the following turn, but in a couple turns of just, I can blow up your board and you can't really do anything about it. Probably want to bench the second Duskull as well. There's no harm in doing so. From Andrew's side, we're going to go ahead into the Badoo and just poke for 0 because of resistance on the Gholdengo side. Back to Lucas, we see that Lucas has a Spiritomb, doesn't really do anything. Poffin in hand, it's unusable, completely unusable hand. There's a Greninja and another Gimmighoul. I don't think we want a Greninja this turn. Evo is also completely fine if we want to just set up our board, which I don't mind either, just because this is a more resilient board to the future. And also Andrew's going to have a really tough time dealing with the board itself with 3 Gimmighouls in play, because it's like, what do you really do? And this is actually Lucas's, I don't think this is actually his first deck search. Yeah, wow, this is kind of crazy, just because we didn't find anything we didn't find any ball cards. We just had to stop into stuff. So we'll just skip through Lucas's deck search, and we're gonna go ahead and see just 1 Gholdengo hitting the board. So I don't know why he did that. I think there definitely was an option for a second one, right? The one's prize, so I guess 1 must be in the hand. Lucas taking his prizes here, or checking his things. We're gonna go ahead and see Andrew checking board, kind of going from here. Andrew's definitely not gonna use Dusknoirs this turn. He's gonna want to establish them, but I think this turn is definitely an attack, just a normal attack from Dusknoir, all things considered. Somehow off of 3, he does not hit a Dragapult. He has to keep this Arven. He has an Ultra Ball in hand, which is fine. I think he was looking for either a Dragapult or Dusknoir off of these cards, because then he could Ultra Ball for candy, or Ultra Ball, use the candy, and then Ultra Ball again for another one. But I think it's definitely going to be a just Ultra Ball this turn, Arven for some pieces, Ultra Ball with some of those pieces, establish both things on board. Double Ultra Ball seems pretty good this turn. Obviously, just getting damage out of the board seems quite good as well. Just establishing a ton of damage here, because then you can make a Dusknoir play next turn. So from Andrew's side, you definitely want to do this and then keep establishing the Badoo lock. You have another turn to do what you want to do, but obviously it's not super ideal. Definitely want to, I think, take something like the Sealstone here. The Crystal seems fine to grab. I guess he wants to use it this turn. And then Ultra Ball, also completely fine. And then we're going to go ahead and see Arven. Yep, makes sense to me. Probably one of the candies. I don't think we ever need 2 candies. I guess Nest Ball is also completely useless here. Makes more sense, just because the candies can be alive. The Nest Balls make perfect sense that it's like completely useless here. I think we're gonna Ultra Ball again, right? Or we're just gonna hold that hand. Maybe it's fine to hold everything. Attach here. Crystal gets to stay, which means the 2 Dragapults can get changed pretty easily. Thus, Clops hitting the board, holding Ultra Ball, Crystal, and Candy, giving us options for next turn once again. Knowing that the Roxanne's in the discard, knowing that Lucas's only disruption is This Roxanne building our hand is also a completely valid strategy. We're gonna go ahead and see the Phantom Dive, putting the damage on the board accordingly. Now we get access to all of our energy cards as Lucas. If we can get the Monkey Dory Dark on the board, that'd be super, super good. Lucas debating what to do to start here. Pokestop. 2-star to give ourselves the most options. SER, Ultra Ball, and a Pal Pad. That's a +3 for free. We're going to see one card coming that way. Looking for probably a Cypher or an Arven just to use Energy Search Pro. Just get some energies out of the deck. Maybe get the Monkey Dory onto play. We're going to hit the Arven. There it is. Energy Search Pro almost certainly being grabbed here. No tool because we already used the Evo. We have 6 energy being grabbed here. We have the one-shot. The idea is, can we establish something better here? I think we want to get the Monkey Dory into play if we can. Move the damage. Like keeping the permanent moving of damage is so important in this matchup, just because it requires 1 less energy on these Dragapults, and it also just makes it so next turn the counter catcher knockout both Gholdengo play is just unavailable to Andrew now. Tons of cards in Lucas's hand. Wants to go ahead and see some more action. Probably fine to go Greninja here and draw 2 because he has the SER. Yep, so he has a perfect SER card, so he gets to see 2 more. 2 Poffins, completely useless in this situation here. Heavy Ball, just checking the deck real quick. No, it's just double checking what we have here. Actually, some of these cards are like a little blessing in disguise. Unfortunately, like putting the like SER and stuff to the bottom of the deck when we get Iono is not like the most ideal situation. We're gonna go ahead and stretch her for the lost Gholdengo that got stopped away. So now we have a board. It's established. We're gonna get 4 energies back here. We're gonna move the 30, presumably off the active, because the active is already in kill. So why did Lucas do a bench? Bench makes it so, well, this one gets popped on the bench anyway. So if there's a counter catcher, Dusknoir, kill both, that can still happen. But this way, counter catcher, no, it's the exact same scenario. It's just, I guess Andrew can now bring this one up, smack, put damage here, put damage here. I think the situation actually doesn't matter where you move the 30 off of. It's very similar, I think, in both regards here. We're gonna go ahead and see it. Yeah, just the make it rain. I think we definitely have enough. Pop Pad this turn seems also quite good just because our deck is low on supporters, Roxanne and Arven. I just don't think Andrew's ever gonna give us a chance to Roxanne until we get to the Iono turn. But I guess if you see 6 cards that turn, it's quite good, right? Like it's a really good turn to see 6 cards. We're gonna see the 6 coming out, and there's the knockout. Lucas going down to 3 prize cards. Andrew at 6. If Andrew wants to make a Dusknoir play here, he will be left with 1 Dragapult that has to basically carry the end of the game. There's the Dusknoir. He can make a play. I don't think he can clear the board. Can he clear the board? Because he can go 5 damage counters, 8 damage counter, or he has 18 damage counters to work with. 5 pops one with 21 on it, and then you have 2 that are big. You can go 13 to 1 and then hit. So you can't clear this turn. There's no world where you can clear both unless you can go Dusknoir. No, even with Dusknoir, you don't clear. You'd be 1 short. It had to be Dusknoir, Defiance Band. But I don't think Andrew plays Defiance Band. I can pull up his list real quick, actually, because he did just win. Yeah, he doesn't play Defiance Band. I think we already saw that. So if he did have it, I think that would be the play to make, where you go pop. Like this hand is actually so insane that you could go pop, and do that. It's just not worth doing, I think. Ultra Ball away. The candy seems completely reasonable here. Just getting the Dragapult up and running. The new Dragapult. We need to find an energy on the other side, which is an important piece. And we have no more draws. We do get to see 6. And there are fire energies in the deck, so Andrew does have the outs to see those cards. I think the Dusknoir pop should probably come on the Monkey Dory, if anything. I think we want a Dusknoir. The problem is I don't think Andrew wants to see less cards, but I think taking out the Monkey Dory could be fine here, but it doesn't really progress your game state. I don't know. Like I feel like popping Monkey Dory, popping Greninja could also just be like a fine line to try and win this game. There's a double Dusknoir. We're just going to take out the Gholdengo on the bench. Looking for counter catcher, I think, on the flip side. Like if we can get to counter catcher on the Monkey Dory plus like counter catcher plus Iono this turn. Oh, just a concession from Andrew. Says he doesn't think he has it like that. Yep. I think the stretcher was prized, and Andrew needed it, and one of his Dragapults was in the discard, right? So it was just something he couldn't get to. Second Dragapult, he didn't have an extra Dragapult. Game starts. Oh, this is a replay. I was like, is this a game start? I was like, that's very fast. So we are back into game 2. Lucas kind of dodging a bullet there. There was a line for Andrew to win that game. It does require a lot, but Lucas does, get to see one card, get to see another. No Fez on board, unfortunately, for Lucas. If there was a Fez, I think that does make the situation a lot easier to navigate from. Opening Luminion from Andrew. Got to be an insanely good start for Lucas here. We're going to see the Poffin as well off the rip. Incredibly good start. We're going to be able to just kind of load up our board here. Skipping through the deck search, as always. Oh, I didn't see the prize cards. There it is. Just a quick look at the prize cards. Double Dusknoir prize. That's huge for Andrew, or like huge for Lucas, because Andrew has that prize and the Radzam, which means that is not going to be an option for a little bit in the game, which is huge because now these like fun little plays don't get to happen. And we can see kind of just Dragapult maybe get blown out of the water here. Poffin to start, and we're going to pass it back over to Drick. Attach for turn as well, which means that the Evo or the attack next turn is also live without having to use something like Turo. We're going to see a Poffin. Andrew's going to get the bad news here that both of his Duskulls are prized. We're going to go ahead and skip ahead a little bit while he's doing a prize search. We're going to get the Badoo and a singular Dreepy. We're going to go ahead and see what's left in the hand. There's a Turo. He's probably going to want a Turo this turn. There's going to be a Vessel. Vessel for the 2 energies. His hand is actually pretty bad from Andrew. He has to kind of just hope that, I guess, Lucas doesn't have Boss. I don't know. Boss seems like pretty unreasonable. I guess he knows that Lucas doesn't play Bundle anymore, which is a huge thing. We're going to go ahead and see the Turo. We're going to go ahead and see just a Badoo for 10. So a really, really weak start from Andrew. If Lucas finds a Boss, which I said, if maybe he can find a Boss, he would just be in such a good spot. We're going to see the Energy Search Pro and the TM Evo. We're just going to go ahead and TM Evo this turn from Lucas because he senses that Andrew's board is super slow. So might as well just set up our board and just put ourselves in a position where the game is playable. We get our card draw from here onwards. There's no reason to, overthink it here. Lucas not having an energy attachment is a little bit unfortunate, but we're going to get to see a lot of cards in the next upcoming turns. The damage on the board on the Monkey Dory is completely reasonable to just, be able to move on to the Dragapult as well. If like 20 damage sticks on its Monkey Dory, that's 1 less energy we need on the Dragapult anyway. So that is a completely fine Badoo hit to take for a second turn in a row. There's the Poffin top deck. The third Duskull coming out, and then we see the Luminion, probably grabbing Lance here. I don't know what a better supporter here would be for him in the situation for Andrew. We're going to get probably Tricloak, and probably another GP. Yep, just a very simple setup, establishing our board. Can attach to the other GP as well, because the A-Spec is in the deck. Just establish 2 threats. You don't even have to attach this turn. We're going to go ahead and recon. Arvin seems like the very obvious choice here. We're going to head with the last GP down. Arvin gets a Sealstone for the following turn, attach to the other GP exactly like I anticipated. Crystal is in hand. Preemptively, we're going to Badoo once again. We're going to draw 1. Draw 1 once again off the other one. No attack looking likely this turn from Lucas. Unfortunately, this is really unfortunate that Lucas is probably going to miss. And there's the pass again. Doesn't mind taking another 10 damage onto this Monkey Dory. But this is where the game gets kind of dicey now that Andrew has fortunately bought himself some time back. Andrew's going to be able to simply just run through the board now. Lucas missing the first attack means that now he's in a little bit of a pickle, where Andrew has bought enough time, hopefully, to just kind of establish the board. He has the biggest thing is that he has energy attachments, but the reason that Dragapult struggles in this matchup a lot is that the energy attachments, and he missed those in game 1. You saw that game 1 was a little bit of a fiesta where he had to use the energy attachments to retreat. Didn't have something like a Turo, didn't have his skateboard early on, so it would just put himself in a really weird spot. But in this situation, these cards are doing significantly better for him. There's the Candy, there's the Sealstone as well. So now he has a plays he can make. We're gonna see the attachment to the other one. Dragapult hitting the board, probably using Crystal here. Yep, just full establishing the board. Doesn't even mind the attack here. Putting the 6, taking the monkey off the board is pretty huge as well. Lucas needs a lot of things this turn. The Energy Search Pro is huge. You know that the knockout's going to come. The clapback is already there. If Lucas can establish a Monkey Dory in this turn as well, that would actually be pretty important. If you can go Monkey Dory knockout, then Lucas is probably in a really good spot. But the problem is, does he have access to a stretcher? Is there an Arvin in the hand? What is Lucas working with? We haven't really seen much of his hand. He has a lot of cards to work with. I think there is gear as well. There's a Roxanne. There's a gear. We're looking for an Arvin for a stretcher. or a Cypher, also completely fine. There's the Arven. I think we just take the Arven. We probably grab the Stretcher here to get reestablish the Monkey Dory. Okay, he's thinking about the Arven. Okay, wonderful. If we can reestablish the Monkey Dory this turn, then we put ourselves in a spot. We're gonna draw 2 first. Yeah, best to do the best etiquette. Make sure we do stuff before we commit to some resources. We're gonna Pokestop away some energies and an SCR. There's a Dark. Not a ton of energies in the discard that we're working with. There's the Arven. Probably grabbing ourselves a Stretcher here. Exactly. Yep. Is reestablishing the Monkey Dory is quite huge. Getting the energy attachment last turn was actually pretty fortunate, because if we missed that, then we'd be in a pickle where like we have to go 7 here, and we really never have a window to reactivate the Monkey Dory the way we want to anymore. But now we have the Adrenabrain coming in, moving the damage, an SCR for a pitiful 2, but we kind of have to do it. So our first SCR does hit the discard, and then we have to go ahead and drop the 6 with the Make It Rain. And there will be putting Fez on the board is fine here, I think. Especially if you anticipate a knockout happening next turn, and you go down to 1 Gholdengo, which doesn't actually give you a lot of draw, but you have Gholdengo plus stop. I think the 6 is just also completely fine here. Yeah, I think I would probably hold off on the Fez for one more knockout, because you want to see how Andrew responds to this one. Because now Andrew is in a position where making a 3rd Dragapult is really difficult for Andrew. So this first 2 Dragapults are really good. We have the Counter Catcher. I think taking out the Monkey Dory is quite huge. I think just keep chasing it down. It's like pretty big. Andrew has a Stretcher in hand as well to reestablish the Dragapult. His Ultra Ball in hand as well to reestablish the Dragapult. There's just a lot of ways to go back into Dragapult, and we're probably gonna Iono this turn for sure. Dracloak first. Sees the Stretcher. I think probably just we're keeping Arven. Okay. I guess Arven's just a free Ultra Ball fodder card, which is totally good, and the rest of the hand is like quite good. So we're gonna go ahead and see Pheasantipity, drawing 3 more cards. Just Andrew chooses to take the he has the guaranteed attack no matter what, and he has a Seal Stone to grab whatever card he wants. So Andrew wants to see 3 more cards to play the game, which I think is completely reasonable. There's a Stretcher, there's the Dusknoir. You can go Seal Stone for Candy, Dusknoir, attack active, clear the Monkey Dory, seems completely reasonable as well, and then Iono. But actually, you can't Iono with a Seal Stone. No, you have it all. Yeah, he has it all. So if he wants to Seal Stone this turn, it's completely reasonable as well. You can Counter Catcher the other. You can Counter Catcher the other Gholdengo. So we're gonna pop. I think. Yeah, the Monkey Dory. I think that's completely fine here. I think that's probably the correct decision. Looking for a Duskull, finds a GP instead. We're gonna go ahead and Ultra Ball. Probably getting ourselves another Dracloak onto the board. There it is. Yep, just having some more consistency. I think definitely it's a Seal Stone for a Iono angle here. I think we're definitely gonna Counter Catcher here. Seal Stone here. We're going to use the Seal Stone. You got to flip over that V-Star marker, big guy. A lot of resources for Lucas, unfortunately, going to the bottom of the deck. We do know that there's an SCR at least in the hand. And no Monkey Dory does make this a little bit more difficult to play from. We're going to go ahead and see the Stretcher coming back with a Dragapult. I think Counter Catcher is completely fine here. I don't think there's a reason not to Counter Catcher, because it makes it a little bit more difficult for Lucas to play the game. I like the second Stretcher as well here to attach. Just break. What's going on here? Okay, wait a sec, real quick. Okay, we're back. There was a little bit of technical difficulties. I don't know where it cut off, but we are back in this game. Vacuum coming through from Andrew off the Iono. We're seeing that there is a Phantom Dive coming through here. Basically exactly what happened, perfectly for him. Lucas seeing that he has the knockout, but he doesn't have the knockout. No, he has the knockout. He just needs a little bit, few more cards. There's a Nest Ball for the Pheasantipity. Lucas putting himself in a fantastic spot here, drawing a ton of cards. Andrew has the means to make a 3rd Dragapult. You do see that there is enough energies in the discard. We're gonna see the Fez for 3. A lot of cards on the clapback. Another Gimme Go Get in the board. Can't really put that on the board though. Too many prize cards already established. Then you need to go into the Monkey Dory here. It's still really unfortunate because the game state is still very difficult to play into because of the Counter Catcher. So you see that because of the Counter Catcher, we need to be able to find a pivot card as well. The Cypher can do that, or we can pivot. You can go Stretcher and like a Switch or something here, which is completely okay if we have those means available to us. the Cypher is done. He cyphered for Arven plus Vessel. We're going to go ahead and see. I think we needed to definitely get back into Monkey Dory there in some capacity. I don't think the Arven. So I guess we're just going to attack here. There's no switch effect here. We definitely did need a Monkey Dory there though. I feel like, because we have 200 on the active, 90 on the bench, so we can move the damage off the active. We just can't lose, right? So I think we definitely needed to Monkey Dory this turn. So I think rather than grabbing that, I don't know if we have enough cards. Like, we'll see Lucas's hand in a second. If he goes to a 0 card hand, that means we didn't have enough cards to work with. But I feel like we should have at least one more card. There should be a stretcher in hand, right? I don't know. I feel like it's kind of doomed there if you don't get to move, because now the counter catcher play is like pretty apparent that that's going to happen. Can't attach this turn. There's a 7. I think it definitely should have been grab Vessel plus like switch or something in the deck. I think Lucas does play switch. Let me go check the deck list real quick. If there was a switch, then Lucas definitely made a mistake on that turn. If he just grabbed switch, I think he's just in such a commanding position. Yeah, there is a switch. I don't think the switch was played. There's no switch in the discard. So this is a turn where Lucas should have grabbed the switch into the other Gholdengo. Monkey Dory Dark, move the damage off. I think get exactly enough cards to do all of that. Go down to a low heart hand size, and then Andrew doesn't have any Dusknoirs on board, so Andrew can't actually blow up the board. This is definitely a mistake from Lucas on this turn, because I think he could have set up a board where he's just in a commanding position to win the game on the following turn, but now Andrew has a line to win the game. This active Gholdengo with 60 HP remaining means that if Andrew can find Counter Catcher, Energy, Ultra Ball, he has the game. With Pheasantipity for 3, plus your Cloak to see 2 more cards. He almost certainly will be able to find those pieces. We're going to see the Ultra Ball coming through first, grabbing himself the Dragapult. Evolve the Dragapult, attach. We're going to see the boss's orders, and that is the game. A classic blunder here from Lucas, unfortunate. That if he had just gotten the Monkey Dory, he just wouldn't have been able to be in the position. Now we go into a game 3 situation. And Lucas did have a couple of unfortunate turns. We just didn't find the attack on the Badoo. So Andrew got a ton of turns bought back in that process. And now we're going into a game 3 situation where now Andrew has to go first. And Lucas doesn't, that's exactly what Lucas doesn't want to see. He doesn't want to see a Poffin coming through. There is a stretcher prize though for Andrew, which is huge. The Pheasantipity being prized as well is big, but the Pheasantipity is lower enough that it's going to come through. Let's skip through the prize check a little bit. These players taking their time. 19 minutes left on the clock. Wow, what an insane start from Andrew going first. Has triple Dreepy, Duskull, and access to Rotom on turn 1. It's exactly what you don't want to see as Lucas or any player going second into Dragapult. Like, this is just a complete high roll start from the player and an attachment. Like, this is such an insane start to start. And then we see Lucas drawing for turn. We see the Gimme Go get in the board, and we're going to see Arven for Evo, maybe Vessel. Maybe just E-Search Pro here. Lucas counting his energies, checking everything. I don't know what I'd grab. This is actually just a tough decision because I don't really know if you want to Evo just 1. But we're going to, I guess, just Evo 1. We're going to see the Vessel coming through, grabbing the water and the metal. We're going to go ahead and attach we're going to draw 2, see if we can get a Gimme Goal. There's another Gimme Goal. Let's go. There is the TM Evo. So now we get a full value TM Evo, which is quite good. But unfortunately, the energy attachment is not on a Monkey Dory and is not on a Gholdengo. So now our Monkey Dory being established is a little bit slower than we would have liked. We're going to go ahead and see now the Dracloaks hitting the board, and Andrew starting to execute his game plan. Keeping the Psychic seems pretty reasonable. Gets another attachment onto the board. Another Dracloak here. Getting a second Duskull seems also pretty good for Andrew. We're going to see the third Dracloak hitting the board, choosing to play it slow. He can go into Badoo here and just make Lucas's life a little bit difficult. And then that kind of prevents the, like, nope, we're just not going into Badoo here. We're going to go ahead and Ultra Ball it away, possibly. Just checking our prize cards real quick. What's left, what's not in the deck. We're going to Ultra Ball for a Dusclops, just establishing the board state that now we have a threat on board to do like a double Dusknoir pop. If that play ever comes into fruition. I don't think you ever want to ever do a double Dusknoir pop in the same game, but it can come into fruition. The second attachment and another Rotom for 3. 2 full value Rotoms for 3 is a little bit disheartening. 2 draw from Lucas. We're going to go ahead and see another 1 draw from Lucas. Looking for a boss's orders here. On that, I think, okay, Lucas should have drawn for, we have an SCR in hand, right? Like, okay, I can't actually tell, but if we had an SCR, we should have at least for sure drawn 2 with Grandeur first to see if we had a boss's orders. Maybe we're seeing if we want to Cypher something off the back of this. There is a Cypher, so I guess that's completely fine as well. We're going to go ahead and Cypher for the E-Search Pro and the Turo. Putting them on top probably. I don't know if we're going to use, if we're just KOing Dracloak here, I don't think we definitely want to do any of this, like put these guys into play. So those 2 just go sit on top, which is completely okay with us because we're going to probably get Ionode here. Just put them on top. Yeah, seems reasonable. Stretcher back the metal, attach metal for turn, and then we're gonna go ahead and Monkey Dory. Seems completely good. Well, now the double pop exists. Double pop is live. There's a 2 for Dracloak. We're not in the worst spot. I think definitely having a boss here would have been nice, because we could have bossed the Rotom and put some pressure on the board. But now Andrew has the liberty to kind of go double Dusknoir if he wants to this game, or he can go single Dusknoir and just make Lucas's life difficult as well. We're gonna go ahead and see a Candy hitting the board. Candy Dusknoir in hand as well. There's a Dracloak. First Dracloak, giving us probably second Dragapult, just taking it. I don't know if we're ever gonna use their Duskull. I mean, I guess putting the threat down doesn't hurt, but like, I just don't know if that's ever going to happen. They're going to say the Candy Dusknoir, Dragapult active. Probably Iono first, I think. CC the other one. Yep, I like that play from Andrew. And there's the Iono once again. This makes it a little bit more difficult for Lucas because he doesn't have the energies established. You know that there is 2 cards on top. Almost certainly you're anticipating Energy Search Pro and some other resource. The Turo here is quite good from Lucas as well because you can just clean up the board a little bit. Another CC seems pretty good. Just giving ourselves the outs to play the game. There's a Vessel in hand as well, so Andrew can get the attack off here without really sweating too many bullets. There's a Vessel. We're gonna go ahead and grab ourselves the Psychic and the Fire. Andrew has not missed like this matchup, and Andrew has not missed any energy attachments, which is kind of ridiculous considering that Dragapult only plays like 6 energy cards. So it's like when you miss those energy attachments, that's kind of where the ball gets dropped a little bit. But Andrew has not missed that so far in the game 2 and 3. That's where the 260 are going to come through. Turo tactically in the hand already. I think we preemptively put that one on top. So we're going to E-Search Pro, just dig out all of our wonderful energies. 4, 5, 6, only 6 there, which is a little bit unfortunate. We're 1 short of where we need to be. Maybe should have checked the water and grabbed something else off the Vessel, given that knowledge. But the water's already in the discard. There's a fighting in the discard as well. So I think we discarded a second water over a second dark. I think we had a dark in hand preemptively, so maybe the dark would have been better to discard over the water, which then gives us access to both. I don't know if the other one's in the deck. I didn't see the prize cards on this one. We're going to see the Greninja, draw 2 as well. A Gimme Ghoul and a SER. SER gives us the knockout here. Do we have access to Turo? No, we didn't. We didn't put Turo on top. We put Cypher on top. Oh no, I would have put Turo on top. Like, I just feel like it's a guarantee, right? Like it's a guarantee that was going to happen. I mean, now we have to switch Monkey Dory. And then we're in such a bad position because I think we're going to lose both our Gholdengo's the following turn. Oh no, this is like really, really spooky. And then we're going to go ahead and see switch 2 more. We can get double Gimme Ghoul down. But we need to put a Gimme Ghoul down here this turn. Because I think we just lose the game if we don't. We're going to see the SCR coming through, grabbing 4 energies. Yeah, we have to put a Gimme down this turn. Putting back the boss and the Cypher. Pretty good 2 cards to put back. Lucas's deck is pretty thin already. So if we can keep playing the game, there is a chance we can keep winning the game. There has to be a Gimme on the board. Move 30 off the active to the Dragapult. Gotta put this Gimme down. You gotta put this Gimme down here. You lose the game if you don't put the Gimme down here. There's 60 HP left on the bench one. It's a very clear knockout. Double Gimme hitting the board. Very, very good here from Lucas. We see the 6 energies. There it is. There's the knockout. Dragapult hitting the discard. Now this is where Andrew can go into the, let me put you into a 1 card hand and see what you got here, because Lucas frankly can't really answer that if that happens. Lucas really doesn't have a great answer. His hand is already perfect. Pop the Monkey Dory here. Maybe even pop the Monkey Dory every time. No, you're not going to leave damage on the board here this turn. Actually, you might be leaving damage on the board, right? Because no, you're not leaving any damage on the board this turn. So it's fine to just take a Gimme, I think, maybe even. Boom, boom. Yep, seems good. We're going to want to clear the board. So Dusclops is going to hit the active for sure. No Iono here still. Dusclops cleans active. Ultra Ball for Luminion. Yeah, Ultra Ball for Luminion for Iono. Will come through here almost certainly. Yeah. Which makes this game's going to get really tough now for Lucas because he gets Iono to 1. No Gimme Ghoul is being established before there's like a 3rd Gimme Ghoul needed to be established here. For the follow-up attack. Or you see the Dusknoir on the Greninja, taking out a draw. That seems perfectly good. The Monkey Dory is completely useless because it's not a card that can net you any more value because of the given situation. We're going to see all those cards being taken. Luminion, grabbing us the Iono here. Probably want to keep the escape board in deck because Arvin for escape board is still out in case Lucas tries to boss install here. If that is a potential out here. A lot of Andrew's energies are already showing, so you've seen that a ton of energies are already on the board. We're gonna go ahead and see the, just checking out the prize cards. Everything is good. Iono hitting the board. Lucas going to a 1-card hand. Needs this 1 card to be really, really, really good. Like it's gotta be probably Fez. Fez draws 3 into like SER, Gholdengo, Cypher into like Cypher into Gholdengo, Pokestop, and then Pokestop. Can we even make enough cards to get the knockout at that point? Because we're never getting enough cards. Like, we just need cards. And the point is, there's not going to be a lot. Like, we don't have enough cards to get to that like threshold number. Is the hardest part about this turn, I think. Unfortunately, Lucas needs a miracle from this turn. Losing both his Gholdengos on the board, losing the Greninja to draw any more cards, and boom, boom, there goes both Gholdengos. You just throw up the... There's an SCR to start, okay. And a Poffin, and there it is, a concession from Lucas. The tournament ends there for Lucas. Game 2 definitely could have been a little bit better. From Lucas, I think at the very end, the switch into Monkey Dory play was definitely a little bit better, because that way you can preserve the damage on the board, and Andrew doesn't win simply off a boss's orders. So Lucas could have made it a little bit difficult. But game 3 definitely was an Andrew Hedrick masterclass of just how a perfect setup from Dragapult from turn 1 onwards, and how difficult it is to win if Dragapult actually does that in any given match against Dragapult. So thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoy this kind of content, please like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'll be doing as many finals reviews as I can down the line. So thank you so much, as always, for watching, and peace out.